work every day to do the job that is required by the parish. We ask that you touch the hearts of those who are hurting, and we ask that in your Son's name, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Face the flag. Our pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And on the card, that could be a glove.
Okay. Are there any agenda additions? We have Mr. Pearson, I know for one, and myself. Any agenda additions other than Mr. Pearson and myself? Mr. Pearson.
Yes, sir. I'd like to add to the agenda recommendation for the appointment of a board member to the Shreveport Regional Schools Authority.
Okay, moved by Mr. Pearson, seconded by Mr. Thibodeau, where he would like to add an appointment to Shreveport Sports Authority Board today. Okay, so noted. We need to vote to expand the agenda, and then we have to vote to allow his order of business. Okay, let's vote to expand the agenda, and it must be unanimous. Correct.
Oh man, I won't be mean.
Okay, all right. Okay, now we're ready. You make your motion.
Yes, I'd like to move that Larry Anderson be considered as our appointment to the board for the Shreveport Regional Sports Authority.
Second. Moved by Mr. Pearson, seconded by Mr. Escadé, that Larry Anderson be appointed to the board of the Shreveport Sports Authority.
Just for clarification, Mr. President, I think what y'all are voting to do is to put this on the agenda for Thursday.
Right. That's correct.
Yeah, use that.
Right. This will be advanced to Thursday's meeting. Okay. We have comments. We have Mr. Thibodeau and Mr. Dominic.
Could we have just an information sheet on him first?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. How many appointments do we have to that board?
Well, I think we had talked about, can I
was addressing Mr. Pearson. I would assume that he...
Well, we had talked about two, but I have, it's not a big board, so in my opinion, we don't need to, but we did say to.
Okay.
I'm just making a recommendation.
Who all makes appointments? Us? City of Shreveport?
Well, the city of Shreveport does have an appointment, well, they have a couple of appointments on the board at this point.
Okay. That's all I had.
Okay,
My question was answered. Thank you.
okay. All right, all in favor of advancing this to Thursday's agenda, please vote. Okay. This time I would like to be allowed to extend the agenda to add an item relative to the American Rose Center.
Second.
Moved by the chair, seconded by Mr. Pearson. I'd like to extend for Thursday's meeting that we support a resolution on behalf of the American Rose Society. They are applying for a grant from Louisiana Office of States Park. This does not ask us for any funding or anything that's binding. I might get a second.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by the chair, seconded by Mr. Thibodeau, that we will advance the request for a resolution in support of American Rose Society grant for Thursday's agenda. All in favor? Okay, thank you. That it on agenda additions? Okay, at this time, if there are any citizens within the audience that would like to address the commission, please fill out a card, get it in to the clerk, and you'll be allowed 3 minutes to comment on any subjects other than an item that is up for public hearing on today's agenda. Don't have any, Mr. Clerk?
No, sir.
Okay. Reports, administration report.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Jefferson, good afternoon, Commissioners. The first item on our report today is just want to kind of give you an update on what we do for inclement weather. I understand the weather's going to be bad this coming after Wednesday. And the last time we had some inclement weather, they expected 2 to 5 inches of snow. It didn't come, but we shut the parish down, and of course the courthouse and so on and so forth shut down. Just trying to give you an idea of what we go through in preparation for the deal with the inclement weather. Our first response is typically our camps, North Camp and South Camp, our guys are organized to get their equipment prepared, and what that entails, we have sanders, and we have salt for bridges. So our primary objective is to go out and sand bridges and overpass in some roads. And in some cases, we have to close some roads if the condition warrants it. But those guys, once we get the call for bad weather, they usually stay on the job. Sometimes they go home, sometimes they stay overnight. So we are dedicated to make sure that happens. And also, we do a press release. We let the press know what we're going to do. And at the bottom of our press release, we kind of indicate that the citizens need sandbags, where they can go get the bags, and both camps and also on Monty Street. So those are some of the things that we do. We typically follow the protocol of the Office of Homeland Security, which is this giant manual here that addresses all of the contingency situations that may occur throughout our parish. We kind of condense this down to a 7-page document that we follow, and I'll make sure you get a copy of that so you can be aware of what we do. We have essential personnel come in. We designate the public works, the parks, and some facility and maintenance department personnel as key and essential personnel. And those are the personnel we think we need to have come in to affect public safety. And everyone else, we let them stay at home because we don't want them on the roads traveling under adverse conditions. So that's how we try to deal with the conditions. I typically have a radio at my home, and I'm in constant contact with the camps. I monitor all the frequencies, and we respond to whatever situation that come up within the preview of the parish. But I just want to make you aware that we do anticipate when bad weather is going to occur. We're very proactive. We go out and look at it. And then for the press conferences, we usually have a regional press conference down at the 911 center, where we have the City of Shreveport, we have Bossier Parish, Office of Homeland Security, Caddo Parish. Either I go, Todd used to go, but now Mr. James Dimichet is taking Todd's place as our coordinator for the organization dealing with emergency response. So either one of us will be at those meetings, and we kind of coordinate it. But anytime we have a natural disaster, the president of the commission is the person that declares a state of emergency for the parish. And that person usually signs a document, and then we execute. Last time, the governor declared a state of emergency for the entire state of Louisiana. And the state government was closed down pretty much, and we just followed suit. Courts were closed, and we don't tell them to close. They make the decision for themselves. But we usually follow what's ever occurring in our community in response to inclement weather conditions, particularly adverse conditions. But that's what we typically do. Feel free to call Randy or myself, and I'll make sure you get a copy of this 7-page condensed report down here so you can be aware of our protocol and what we do. Are there any questions about that I can answer for anybody at this time?
I have Mr. Dominique. Anyone else?
Who is our Homeland Security coordinator or whatever? I know it was Todd and
James Dimichet.
Okay. You probably told us, and it probably went over my head. But
Yeah, when he assumed his new position as clerk, we designated Mr. James Dimichet as our new contact. And Mr. Sandy Davis is the area OPR person for the emergency response. We usually follow his lead because he's in contact with, he's our Homeland Security agent for the parish.
the only other thing I was, Everett, can I get about 7 more of these reports?
Yeah, that was my next topic.
To get them out to some of the area mayors, if you don't mind.
Any other questions relative to the emergency preparation? Okay, Mr. Wilson, you had something else?
Yes, sir. My next topic, Commissioner Dominic was just making reference to this annual report that was prepared by Mr. Everett Harris, the Animal Services Department. I think he did a great job putting it together. I think he did this in-house. So I just want to commend him publicly for doing an exceptional job. This is the first one I've seen ever from the department level. So he's going to set the standard for us and raising our bar a little bit higher for us, ours to meet. But I just want to let you know that this report is available for you all. I think President Epson, we did have it available at your town hall the other night as well. So I've got a lot of favorable comments from some of the people who got this report already. So I just want to say job well done by Mr. Harris. Okay, you also should receive a copy of the report up here at your station on the, this is the new rules for the Unified Zone Program. You should have a copy of this at your desk. If you haven't, I'll make sure you get it. And also, we are providing you today a copy of the fourth quarter travel report and the expense report for 2010. Okay, we have one other item Mr. Grubb is going to talk to you about concerning the legislative priorities.
I just want to mention one matter, Commissioners. I know that y'all are all aware that the legislative season is upon us and have scheduled the meeting with the local delegation. I just wanted to let y'all know that if anybody has any idea if any local or special bills to be filed during the regular session, we would need to know about that pretty soon because they have to go through an advertising period. To date, I have not received any indications from anyone that we have any to file, but I just want to take this opportunity to let you know that if you're thinking about something, I'd appreciate if you discuss it with me in the next week or so we can get the advertisements done in a timely manner.
Yep, so that concludes my report for today, sir.
Okay. Mr. Wilson, if you would, you stated you could get a condensed version of the
I have it.
manual, and where we can keep that, okay, on the clerk's desk out here, we, get our distribution. Also, I would like to ask that any written media responses that you emanate as far as emergency procedures, you would send, I'd like a copy, right? And any commissioners that would like copies of it, so that way we'll have something in the event that our constituent calls us that we can go by. Okay. Any other comments relative to the administration report? Okay, at this time, communiques. Okay, Mr. Smith and Ms. Bowman, and Mr. Lynn. Mr. Lynn, Ms. Bowman, Mr. Smith.
First, I'd like to commend Steve Snow for a wonderful report that he did at our juvenile symposium in New Orleans 2 weeks ago. And also there was a state of emergency watershed meeting there going on as well. And I'd like to thank Randy Lucky for hosting visiting parishes from other states across the United States in his home over that week, and we got to know several commissioners. We invited several principally from Portland, Oregon, Washington area, and talked about their watershed issues and the programs that they offer there with both water and with juvenile detention. And then also, all of us should give big kudos to Commissioner Stephanie Lynch, because the word from the board in New Orleans was that the only reason why they were in the state of Louisiana is that because she had been solely recruiting that national convention to the state of Louisiana for the last several years, and if it were not for her, that they would not have been in New Orleans that weekend. And so we owe her for about 150, 200 people that showed up in New Orleans. And then on another note, there's a juvenile committee meeting after today's work session in the back. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Bowman?
Yes, sir. Of course, today we did have a meeting at 2 o'clock in reference to the underage alcohol sales throughout the parish, which was a very interesting and informative meeting. We presented this information to Mr. Grubb, the parish attorney, and he's going to look at everything and bring it back to us. We'll have another meeting so that we can sit down and discuss it before we bring it to the full body, and especially with any legislation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith?
As probably most of you know, Natural Resource Committee met last week and agreed to send the
revised noise ordinance to the full body for your consideration, and then make it to the public review. But I'd like to thank everyone, because everyone helped on this noise ordinance. It was really a tough function to carry out, and we had a lot of help from all of our commissioners and staff, so I appreciate it very much.
In light of that, Jim, I'd like to state that you're doing a lot of heavy lifting on those committees that you were on. I think you had the truck bill,
Mr. President.
and now we got the noise ordinance, and you're doing a remarkable job. And
Thank you. I have
very
much help.
consistent. You attend all the meetings, and we appreciate your efforts. So hopefully we'll have a good product that we can put on the table on behalf of the citizens of the parish, as well as work in conjunction with the business people that are located here also. Any other reports? Okay, I'd like to thank the administration and all the staff members, Commission Clerk's Office, for a job we have done on the district informative meeting that was held in District 12 upon last Thursday. We had a good crowd. We had a lot of good participants, very well received, and I'm still working on the surveys that I put out, so preliminary it seems as though the people have been quite satisfied, significantly compared to where they were at this point in time last year. So I'll be making that information known to you, Mr. Wilson. Also, as Mr. Grove mentioned, if any commissioners has any issues that we would like to present for our state legislatures heading up to this legislative session, the upcoming legislative session, please get with them. I think this is a fiscal session this year, am I correct? And they can only do 5 other bills. And so if you would, let's get that information to Mr. Groves and Mr. Wilson, and we can have something in place. Any other comments in any case? Okay, old business?
No old business, sir.
New business?
Zoning case P111, property located on the north side of Wellsback Road, 1,050 feet east of Elby Road, Wellsback Property Company LLC applicant. There will be a public hearing on this zoning case and ordinance February 16th.
Move to Thursday.
Moved by Commissioner Pearson, seconded by Commissioner Thibodeau. The zoning case P1-11 be advanced on the agenda for Thursday's meeting. Any comments or discussion? Not, let's vote, please. Vote, sir.
Ordinance number 5071, declaring certain adjudicated properties to be surplus and authorizing the parish administrator to sell the parish of Caddo's tax interest for the year 2011.
Move to Thursday.
Moved by Commissioner Lynn, seconded by Commissioner Johnson. Any discussion? Okay, let's both move forward to Thursday's again. Okay. That's it? Okay.
Good job.
John.